So guys, good morning, good morning. So the move yesterday was insane, right? A lot of money was made in the market, a lot. And Dougal, great job. He followed flow earlier around these levels, right? And I did mention 35.80 or 34.88 would be good support level. And man, what an insane day we had. Now understand one thing. This day we had yesterday, it cannot happen every day. This is once in a lifetime kind of thing, right? Or once in a while, right? It's a historical day along the records. If you think the same thing as yesterday will happen today, be careful, all right? You're fooling yourself. The chances of that happening are like 1 in a million, all right, for the second day move. But we did have futures rip up overnight toward 37.26, and then here we are now. Today, by any chance, if we approach this zone right here, so if we approach this zone right here, where is it? 36.25. 36.25, not only is this zone super support, but there's a lot of gamma support here as well. If we approach 36.25 by any chance, if that happens, I will be looking at some call flows again, because I think from here we eventually head towards 37.50, because there will be a gamma level here as well. But if we don't get there, then obviously we don't get there, I cannot fight it. And then based on gamma, today's support level, basically resistance and support, listen to this very carefully, all right? And I'm glad that spot gamma is also on spot on this one, right? Sometimes I do think I'm smarter than them now. I think I put too much work into sometimes even understand more than what they say, right? And it's true, right? Not bragging, but just my own hard work. So 3700 is going to act as support and resistance, all right? So support and resistance at the same time. Very important to understand this, right? Even if we're trading at 3690 underneath, this may still act as resistance, even though we're down, and then add support at the same time. If we're trading at 3710, it can still act as resistance support. All right. So try to understand what I'm trying to say here, please. Those who have been with me on voice chat for the last over 1 year, you guys know exactly. And then to the upside, we have 3750 has interest as well, but 3700's interest is also big. All right. And then to a downside, 3625 zone. If we get there by any chance, if the market gets there by any chance, I will be looking for some calls around 36.25, maybe 36.35, right? 36.40, maybe 5-10 points up and down. I don't really care, but keep an eye on this zone right here, 36.25, 36.35. All right. And if we get there, if a big if, all right. So let's see what happens here. And to a top side, 39.50. Ooh, that also fills the gap here. But this rally right here was not buying. This is a bear market rally. These big rallies only happen when the market comes down a lot, right? So the short covering, mechanical flows, whatever you want to call it, ban and charm, and all that, all right? And Google was one stock with a lot of positive gamma, right? And I did mention this throughout this entire thing, and then here we had the big move. A lot of stocks went up yesterday, but Google, if there is real strength, 105 would be my first target, all right? 105 would be my first target on Google, so keep an eye on this. Let's just go over the dollar quickly. So on the dollar, we had a nice little dip yesterday, right? But now we're still holding above this level. If we start holding the dollar above 111.50, if it starts consolidating here, whatever happens, then there's a good chance SPX 3750 is also will be a very strong level, right? I think 3750 zone, towards the high. But if we start building a zone here and we rip up higher, SPX will also come down much faster. All right, just keep that in mind in the coming weeks if that happens. But if the dollar breaks these lows, then there's a good chance S&P might sustain the rally for a bit. So we have to wait and see. The rates are still trading above 3.5 until they're trading above 3.5, which is still a way below. This market is still in danger zone. All right, you can look at all the things you're looking at, but as long as we're trading above 3.5 and they're building a base, and then the time they start a rally again, S&P will hit the low of the year again. But for now, one thing that I do want to say, I'm not biased or anything. If we go on the weekly chart, let me just hide these gamma levels. If we go on the weekly chart, we are at a very strong support level, right here. So from this breakout that we had right here, so this breakout, the first retest we had yesterday, we approached and we rallied higher. So the lows could be in for a while. All right. Now, do we break further lower than this? That depends. Do we break further lower here? That depends. Maybe, I don't think it happens right away, but maybe it takes some time. right? Maybe we go up higher here, whatever happened, all the nonsense gonna happen. Maybe we test higher, God knows what's gonna happen. But we will need some more headlines from the market, maybe the next CPI, maybe something to do with Ukraine, maybe something from UK in the coming months, right? The picture for 2023 will start right here. This is when 2023 starts. 2023 market is also not going to be too pretty given what's going on. That is my own opinion. Obviously, no one knows what's going to happen with this chart. I have zero idea. But 2023 picture may not be pretty. We might consolidate here for a while. We might hold. But in the long run, there are chances that we break the 200-day MA and come down and finally do the final capitulation and then maybe go up, right? That's what I see happening. But I don't know. Again, I don't really care what the hell happened. We can go straight from here. I don't care. Why? Because we're going to follow where the demand is and we're going to play that. All right. So no bias. But that's for different reasons I covered. And but for now, the weekly MA right here is very strong. So we could consolidate around the weekly 200 MA for some time. It's a possibility. All right. Just keep it in mind. This is a weekly, by the way, chart. Amazon also not bad on the weekly, kind of going a reversal. Let's go on the daily. So not a bad move. Amazon 115 is tough, and then we have 120 to the upside. But let's see what happens here after this big rally. Or do we just consolidate in the top range today? Because after a big move yesterday, we can just consolidate the top range on all the indices, right? Well, another play yesterday that was a fire play was Q's at 255. I did not see that early in the morning. I wish I did, but I cannot look at everything. When I told you guys that if it comes, I think here's one on the voice chat I was telling you guys, if it comes back to 255 by any chance, I told you guys this I was very firm on, and I did say buy it because 255 was just a massive support. But man, it never looked back after, it just ripped, right? But Q's, that was a very good play. Though these plays come once in a while, sometimes they're there. So but yesterday was one of those days, right? And apart from that, what else we have? Apple 140 will be a tough level for some time on the daily. Let's see. And I did get out yesterday right here. Not a bad exit, huh? Right here. Why not, right? So Apple, let's see what happens here. It's going to consolidate in this range for some time. I think it's going to be up and down in these ranges. It's going to be, I think IV and Apple might die for some time. And then we'll see where it goes, right? But we will need Apple to break the lows for S&P's real weakness. If it consolidates like this, then the index may also consolidate, all right? And apart from that, guys, USD JPY broke out, by the way. Look at this. You guys know what this means? Read up on it. Read up on USD JPY. What's this all regarding? Pretty interesting.